right, recording's begun. Okay, you guys had to come with 6, 7, and 11 finished. Okay, 6 only had about 3 questions, 7 had 4 questions, and 11 had 6 questions. So you had 13 questions. So we're going to start with page 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, these are complementary and supplementary. What's the difference between complementary angles and supplementary angles? Olivia.
Complementary angles add up to 90 and supplementary angles add up to 180.
Very good. Complementary adds to 90, supplementary adds to 180. And as we talked about in the last class, when we find the value of x, we want to write and then solve an equation. There is going to be a couple questions on the assignment that you're going to get at the end of the period that you have to identify the equation for the problem. That's why we practice writing them. Okay? It's not to give you extra stuff to do. It's for the types of questions that you're going to see in a little bit. So on number 7, what equation did you write for this particular problem? Chase.
7x plus 62 equals 90.
Very good. 7x plus 62 equals 90. Why did you not use 180? Because I've had a lot of people, they see the...
Because there's a box. Like, you can tell if it's 90 degrees if there's a box.
Very good. You can tell the 90 degrees with the box.
This is a fish.
Okay, and when you solved it, Chase, what did you get for your value of x?
4.
4. Very good. All right, number 8. What equation did you set up? Jimmy.
3x minus 1 plus 64.
Very good. 3x minus 1 plus 64 equals 180. And when you solved this, Jimmy, what'd you get? 39 is correct. Number 9. What equation did you write to solve for x? Marley.
2x plus 54 equals 90.
Very good. 2x plus 54 equals 90. And what did you get for your x value? 18 is correct. What relationship between the angles is shown in 9 but not in 8? Looking for something specific. 9 is something, it's also in 7. 9 and 7 have a specific relationship that 8 does not. Think outside of complementary, supplementary. Juju?
7 and 9 is complementary because it's a box.
Well, 7's also supplementary. Because I know that left side is 90 degrees. But 7 and 9 have a relationship that 8 doesn't have.
They equal up to 90.
No? Think outside the complementary, supplementary. It's one of the other things that we talked about. Jonah?
It has like something multiplied by x.
No.
No, Jonah, that one has it too.
It makes a
Yeah,
box.
but it's
No.
not.
It's a right angle.
Starts with an A.
We talked about it.
A cube.
Black. They're adjacent. There's a space on number 8, so they're no longer adjacent. Okay, number 7. We're going to look at vertical angles. Complementary add up to 90, supplementary add up to 180. What happens if the two angles are vertical? Marley?
The two angles that are across from each other are equal.
Very good. The two angles that are across from each other are equal to each other. So this identified angle is vertical to this identified angle. What equation can I set up knowing that they're vertical and they're equal to each other? Mary Lady?
Well, when they're vertical angles, it's going to be something equals something. So you can do 5x equals 60.
Well said. Something equals something, so 5x equals 60. When it gets solved, what is the value of x? Mary Lady? 12 is correct. All right, number 4. We have this angle and this angle. They are vertical. What is the equation for this? Tristan?
39 plus 164.
Very good. 39 plus x equals 164. What is the value of x?
125.
125. Very good. Number 5. We have our 2 marked angles. Juju?
8x equals 112.
Very good. 8x equals 112.
X is 14.
X is 14. Number 6, the last one on this page. We've got our 2 angles marked. Chase?
3x minus 14 equals 49.
Very good. 3x minus 14 equals 49. And what did you get for x?
21.
21 is correct. Very good. All right. Flipping to page 11. More vertical angles. We're still solving for x, so we still need an equation. But then we're also identifying the measure of the asked for angle. Start with number 1. John Henry.
X plus 21 equals 47.
Say that one more time.
X plus 21 equals 147.
Very good. X plus 21 equals 147. And what did you get for x?
126.
126. Now we want the measure of a missing angle, and they want angle POS. It's this one marked in green. How did you go about finding it? Marley?
So I did the half circle method. So
Half circle.
180 minus 147 equals 33.
Very good. 180 minus 147 and 33 degrees is correct. If you don't see the half circles, I drew it up there in red, and it's made up with the part that's green and the part that's blue. The blue is only 147 of it. Did anybody use a full circle? It's all good if you did, as long as you still got 33.
I don't know. I got 33. I don't know if I did. My work.
That's why we write these things down.
Yeah, with his tears and like,
My tears. I was like, this work is so hard, and then it watched
Yeah.
it work.
Oh, I gotcha. So hard you cried. Gotcha.
no, and
All
then
right.
he has magical eraser stuff.
Oh, in the tears.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Micah's magical erasing tears.
Exactly.
You could probably sell those to some people.
Hey, I'm lying.
Juju, what's the equation that you used for number 2 to solve for x?
2x equals 62.
Very good. 2x equals 62, and you get
31.
31. Very good. And we are looking for angle MOL. How can you find that one? Brissa.
180 minus 62 equals 118.
180 minus 62 and 118 degrees. Very good. Question 3. I need an equation to solve for x, please. Black. Very good. X over 2 equals 95. And what did you get for x? 190. Very good. Okay, and now we want the measure of angle BOC. Mary Liddy?
I did 180 minus 95.
Good. 180 minus 95 to give you 85 degrees. Number 4 to find the value of x. John Henry.
X minus 28 equals 140.
Good. X minus 28 equals 149. And what does that give you?
177.
Okay, so x is 177. And now we want the angle measure for TOU. Juju,
31.
how did you get 31 degrees?
So I did 149 plus 149. Which is 298. And then I did 360 minus 298 divided by 2.
Okay, so you added the two verticals, subtracted it from the full circle, and took that answer and divided it by 2. And does that still give you 31?
If you did a half circle,
Okay, if you used a half circle, what would you have done?
149.
Yep, 180 minus 149 would have been using just the half circle.
I think that's what I did.
Both methods work good. It's just whatever your preference is. Number 5. Sarah, can you tell me the equation that would help me find x on number 5, please?
9 plus x equals 70.
Very good. 9 plus x equals 70. And what does that give us for x? 61 is correct. All right, we want to find the measure of angle LOM. Amelia, how can we find the angle measure of LOM?
LOLM.
What did you subtract?
Oh. 180 and 70?
180 and 70, correct.
Yeah.
And what's that answer give you?
What?
What does that give you?
110.
110 degrees. Okay, number 6. We need an equation. Juju.
I did 8 plus 8 equals 63.
And what does x give you?
55.
How much?
55.
55 is correct. And now we want DOE.
Micah.
I was going to pick you since you went hunting and got yourself a deer. Was it at least a doe?
No, it was a 4-point.
It was a 4-point. Oh, definitely not a doe. All right, how would you find angled doe up here?
You do 63 times 2. Times 2.
All right, that's 126.
And then you subtract that from 360.
Minus 360.
Okay.
And then that gives you 234.
Okay.
And then you divide that by 2 and you get 117.
He worked the same way.
That works for me. Very good.
You get 125. You got 125.
He's broken. He might have done 180 minus 65
Wow.
or 55 or completely did it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
He's not
confused.
55. He just got 125.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep with vertical angles. So we're still going to be looking at angles that are across from each other. And angles that are across from each other have what about their measurements?
This is vertical.
No, they are vertical angles.
They're the same.
The same measurements. Oh, vertical angles can never be adjacent.
Adjacent can be adjacent, vertical and vertical.
You will go with that. All right, we're going to go to page 8. And instead of just vertical angles, we're going to be adding additional lines into our picture. I recommend, if you have trouble seeing the angles, highlighters or colored pencils tend to be useful on these questions if your eyes can't see them.
Why can't my eyes see them?
Some people have hot trouble seeing once I start adding more lines into the picture. It doesn't become as apparent. Okay.
Stop cheating.
All right. Quick question about vertical angles. How are vertical angles formed?
Never mind.
Ladies in the front. It's kind of important that we keep this in mind. How are vertical angles formed?
Are you asking the lady?
How are they formed? I'm asking anybody. They were just off task.
I don't know.
You don't know.
So,
It's like,
when they're,
yeah, they're going through each other.
like when they're.
That's essentially correct.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you meant.
Vertical angles are formed when two lines intersect each other.
I knew it.
But if I look at number one, there's an extra line in there. Or there's an, if you want to get technical geometrically, there's an extra ray in there. Okay. So find the two intersecting lines first.
The one through the middle.
And I'm going to highlight those. This line is being intersected
Yeah, the two.
by this line. And if I look at what's been highlighted in the blue,
Okay.
we have two sets of
First,
vertical angles. We have the set of vertical angles that are in green. And then we also have a set of vertical angles that I've highlighted in pink. Do we see the vertical angles?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. The pink has the information. The green are blank.
The pink.
But the two pink ones have to be equal to each other.
Yes.
But they took the angle on the bottom left right here and they split it. You have one part that's 35 degrees, one part that's missing, but together they have to be the 76. Mary Liddy.
Would you subtract 35?
Yes.
Oh,
So my full one minus the piece that I know. And what do you get? 41 degrees. Very good.
Oh, and that's it?
Yeah, we're just finding the piece that we've been asked to find. We were trying to find this angle in red. So if we go to number 2, I'm going to start by finding my two intersecting lines. And I've got a pair of vertical angles in green. And I have a pair in pink. And I'm trying to find angle 3 right here where I circled it in red. So they took my top left pink angle and they split it into 3 pieces. But what do I know about all 3 pieces?
equal.
They have to add up back up to the 90.
Equal 90.
Never mind.
So what am I going to do?
Add the 2.
Okay, we could combine the 36 and the 24, which is
60.
Wait, how
And
did
then 90 minus 60 is 30. So the missing value is 30.
very good.
why does it have a 3? Like,
Huh?
That's just what it,
They just put measure of angle 3.
but why don't they just put like X or Y? Because like it gets me confused.
Well, we could replace it.
It's like blank 3.
Yeah.
But they just don't have blank there.
They also don't have a degree symbol next to it.
Yeah.
That's going to be your key thing. Is is it an angle number or is it an angle measure? The angle measure is going to have a degree symbol on it.
I knew exactly what all of that meant.
Appreciate it. All right, number 3.
Wow, it's all it's like a piece of
We're finding our intersecting lines. There's our intersecting lines. Guys, we have a pair of vertical angles marked green, a pair of vertical angles marked pink, and we are trying to figure out what angle 6 is. It's very similar to the last question you just did. If you need to think in terms of variables, that would be your x. Your x plus your 28 plus your 50 has to equal back to the 128. If I put the pink back together, it has to equal 128. Who has us a value for angle 6?
I think Jonah does.
I think Jonah just might.
All right, Jonah.
Oh yeah. 50.
It is 50
Oh,
degrees.
he said 20.
So
Very
why is there
good.
6?
That's the angle measure. That's the angle number. Jonah, explain it to your friend.
Oh yeah. So like, it's like a variable.
I don't think he does. Oh, okay, I get it. So this is the measure of 6. Okay.
It's
just so weird they
it's
put a
the
6.
angle number.
Yeah, why don't you put like a 0?
Okay.
Angle 0 doesn't exist.
Why not like negative 15?
You can't have negative angles, Jonah.
All right. We are going on to question number 4, guys.
6 angles.
You don't subtract
Wait,
angles,
I'm
though.
confused. Why is there a number instead of a variable?
You just
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Let's all pay attention so we don't ask the same question 4 more times. Okay?
What if I ask you 3 more times?
Just stop right now.
Wait.
Okay. If you notice on the 114 and on the 57, both of them have a degree sign, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that is telling me that this angle here is 114 degrees. This angle here between these two lines is 57
Bro,
degrees. The 2 does not have a degree sign. So it is numbering the angle. It's telling you, I want you to find out what angle 2 is.
Angle number 2.
Angle number 2. This can be replaced with an X when we go and look at it. But since there's no points named on this, no, we can't say angle ABC or angle DOG because there's no letters. So they chose to number the angles in these problems. Okay? Does that clear it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I am looking for my vertical angles. There's nothing in the green. All the information's in the pink. How? What does that have anything to do with the angle measure?
You're talking about vertical.
I have a 56-inch curve.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You're not even 56.
Vertical angles, vertical jump. Why do they do this in math? Okay, how are we going to find the measure of angle 2 in this question? Miriam.
114 minus 57.
Very good. 114 minus 57, and that is
Ow!
57 degrees. Very good. All right, I'm going to pause for about 90 seconds, and you're going to do 5 and 6. 5 and 6. All right, after. Shh. Miriam.
You got a thinking of that.
You been recording this whole time?
I still am recording.
Yes, and we're being amazing students.
not, it just happens to work out that way.
But
What?
like the number 6 looks half, but it's not.
Yeah, I
Correct.
can too.
Remember, we don't want to go by what something looks like or what it appears to be. We want to have all the evidence to prove it. All right, 5 and 6. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. All right, guys. Okay, on number 5, our two intersecting lines, ladies.
And gentlemen.
It's the ladies continuing. All right, those are the two vertical lines. Now, we can make a lot of assumptions, and we could probably prove our assumptions to be right, but right now we don't want to do that. Okay? There will be a time and place for all of that. Right now, we're just focusing the practice on the vertical angles. And on this one, we want to look at the pink. What is the measure of angle 4? And how can you prove it given this information? Juju?
I was like doing like, yeah. So 120. No, 180 minus 120 is 60. Or we do 120 minus 60.
It's just 120 minus 60 on this one. Because in pink, you have this angle here that I marked in blue, right? You have this angle here that's been marked in blue. Those two things have to have a total of 120. This part's only 60. So 120 minus the 60 is telling you that angle 4 is still 60 degrees. We don't want to assume everything's cut equally in half because this question like number 6. If we look at number 6, these are our two intersecting lines. And we have this angle vertical to this angle. Well, if I want to assume I've split it equally, I'm going to say that angle 5 is 20 degrees. But my math doesn't prove that. Because green on the left is 40 degrees. The green on the right is also 40 degrees. But if one piece of it's 19 and I subtract to remove that 19 degree segment, what's left? 21 degrees. So I don't want to assume anything. I have to back everything up with math throughout this entire section. Just like everything we do, you have to prove it. Even more so in geometry, I want every bit of your thinking proven. Okay? Yes, no, maybe, possibly? All right. Let's look at number 9. As if those weren't bad enough, we're going to have 4 intersecting lines.
My fish drowned this surf before. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
My shots went
My
way.
goldfish died.
I'm getting my words.
My goldfish died yesterday.
Your goldfish died yesterday?
He drowned.
You drowned your goldfish?
I put a tortoise in my fish tank and it died for some reason.
No, but actually my family.
Okay. Just don't put the cat in the fish tank.
Cat.
All right. Are we at question number 9? All right, this is where your color comes a little bit, it'll speed up naming your angles. And we are still dealing with vertical angles. We just have, instead of 2 intersecting lines, we have 4 intersecting lines. So now it's created 8 total angles. So we have 4 pairs of verticals. And we want to find them. So angle VOW, right here that I'm coloring in pink, what is its vertical angle? Which angle is vertical to the one in pink? SOR. So I'm going to give them the same color because they're the same measure. And I can even write that SOR is 38 degrees. Which angle is vertical to VOU?
I don't know.
Well, it's going to be across from it.
The 55.
55.
The 55 degree angle, ROQ. Okay. What is vertical to UOT? What is it? POQ. The center has to be in the middle of it.
We did all of them.
Congratulations. And then we have one last pair of vertical angles that I'm matching up. And I'm going to go through and mark them. My ones in yellow are 44 degrees. Pink is 38 degrees. Green is 55 degrees. And purple is 43 degrees. Okay. Now we've got to find the measures of the angles that they're indicating. VOU. If I go from V to O to U, how many colors make it up?
Oh my gosh.
Is just the green, and the green is how big? So VOU is 55 degrees.
Wow, boy.
Okay. SOQ. From S to O to Q, right here, how many colors have made this up?
12.
Huh?
12.
2 colors, the pink and the green, so I have to combine the pink and the green measurements.
So
Not 12.
55.
So 55 and 38
Not 12.
is 93 degrees. Very good. Angle POW. POW is how big? 44 degrees. WOQ. So from W to O to Q, how many colors make up this angle here? I've got yellow and purple. Thank you, Juju. You need to quit. Stop, please. What do I get when I combine the yellow and the purple?
87.
87 degrees. Angle ROS. Mary Liddy?
Pink, so it's 38.
It's the pink section, so it's 38 degrees. And then we have TOR. Jonah?
2 colors.
It's 2 colors, so if it's pink and yellow, what do I have to do?
44 is 38.
44 and 38 gives you
82.
82 degrees. Very good.
Wait, no. Is it? Oh.
No, you're correct.
I know. I actually said 72. I thought.
Oh, no, you said 82. All right. Give you about a minute and a half to start out the bottom one. At least code it, kind of know where your numbers are, and then we're going to answer these last 6. All right, folks, let's start with these. We have angle AGF. AGF is this part right here in yellow. How am I going to find that, Mary Liddy?
AGF is 43 degrees because angle AGC is also 43 degrees, and those are vertical.
Excellent job. They're vertical, so they're the same. Okay, we need EGA. Now, EGA is made up of 2 pieces. What's the yellow piece?
43.
43. Abigail, how am I going to find EGA?
You add up the two numbers together. You add up 45 and 43.
Very good.
And you get 88.
88 degrees. Excellent job. All right, we're at DGE. DGE is right here in purple. What am I going to use to figure out that purple section? Tristan.
Like the opposite side, like the parallel side.
Vertical side?
Yeah.
All right, use its vertical angle, which is AGB, which makes it how big?
92 degrees.
92 degrees is correct. Okay. Angle BGC. BGC, it has this last little section here that we're going to go ahead and mark green. Eliza.
You add 92 and 45.
92 plus 45, and that is?
BC.
Well, how much is it, babe?
I don't know, I did it wrong. Wait, give me Oh wait, sorry, my mind was it's 45.
Well, 92 plus 45?
No.
No, I'm sorry.
Scratch that. It's 45. I was
Okay.
looking at something else.
Okay, so BGC is just the piece that's in green.
Yes.
All right. What about CGA?
I don't know about that.
CGA, did you?
92 plus 45.
92 plus 45, and that is?
137.
137. And FGB, just to check our work, is 43 and 92, which is going to get us 135 degrees. Your homework, like I said, is due Thursday. I told you guys, you get an assignment today, another one comes up tomorrow, and then test Thursday, and you'll have your bonus review given to you the next day or two. You have one redo of missed questions. I will keep the higher of the two grades. It's on Canvas. Okay? It closes 11:59 p.m. Wednesday. No, you do not have to turn a show work in for it. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Clean it up and put the chairs in the desks.